I am going to give a video lecture on standard deviation, which is the topic of statistics. Before this, you have see all the video lecture of mine, like mean, median, mode, mean deviation, quartile deviation, and this is the standard deviation. What is the standard deviation? First, we see the definition of standard deviation. Standard deviation shows the variation in data. Like standard deviation is the part of measure of dispersion. So it obviously it shows the variation in the data. If the data is close together, the standard deviation will be small. That means variables of data is nearly together, that means close to data, the standard deviation will be very small. If the data is spread out, that means very far away from each other, the standard deviation will be large. Standard deviation is often denoted by the lowercase Greek letter sigma. Sigma is the mathematical symbol for standard deviation. The whale curve, which represents a normal distribution of the data, shows what standard deviation represents. Step to finding standard deviation: find the mean of set of data X. First step is the find the mean of the set of data. As you see how we can find the mean of any data. Find the difference between each value and the mean. If you find x bar, that is arithmetic mean, then second step is the find difference between each value and mean. Then square the difference from variables from mean. Take the square root, find the standard deviation. This is the formula. This sigma x minus x bar whole square upon n is the formula for finding the standard deviation. For example, the math test score of 5 students are 92, 88, 80, 68 and 52. Find the first step. What we have to do, find the mean. Taking all the sum of all the observation and divided by total number of observation, that will be 76. Second step is find the deviation from mean. That means all number is subtracted by the mean, 92 minus 76 and so on. Third step is square the deviation from mean. Square the deviation from mean. Find the sum of square of deviation from mean. And next step is divide the number of data items to find the variance. Variance, what is variance? Variance is the just square of the standard deviation, nothing else. Square of standard deviation. If you find sigma, then this is the sigma square. If you have a formula square root x minus x bar ka whole square upon n, this is the without square root sigma x minus x bar ka whole square upon n. So first we find x minus x bar ka whole square upon n, that will be variance. If you take square root of this value, then that will be the standard deviation of the given data. Second example is standard deviation. A different math class took the same test with these 5 test scores. Find the standard deviation for this class. First step, there are also the same step for the calculating the standard deviation of these data. Find the mean of the data, subtract the mean from each value, calculate the deviation from the mean, square each deviation of the mean, find the sum of the square, divide the total by the number of items, result is the variance. Take the square root of this variance, result is the standard deviation. The math test score of 5 students are these. Find the first step, what we do, find the mean. We find all the sum and divided by total number of observation 5 will be 26. Find the deviation from the mean. You can see these are deviation, and then third step is we square the deviation from the mean, and the result is here written. And fourth step, find the sum of square, that means all the terms are added, and that will be, the value will be get 1920. And next step is to add the sum of the square by the number of items, that will be called variance, which will be 384. After this, when we find the square root of the variance, that means square root of 384, that will be 19.6. Thus the standard deviation of the second set of test score is 19.6. Now we analyze the data. Consider both set of scores. Both classes have the same mean 76. You can see, go to previous slides and you can see both have the same mean 76. Each class does not have the same score, while their scores are different. Thus we use the standard deviation to show the variation in the scores with a standard deviation of 14.3 for the first class and 19.6 for the second class. What does this tell us? Look, mean are the same for both class, but standard deviation are different. So we can find the result class A with these values and class B with these variable with the standard deviation of 14.53 for the first class and 19.6 for the second class. The scores from the second class would be more spread out than the score in the second class. Already we have told that if standard deviation is large, that means variables in the data are spread out, and when the standard deviation is small, then the variation in the variables of the data are more close